Something I have just checked. There is a bag that's left over, and these are 8mm, 2 of them, and I think they are the ones for the wing, because I've gone through the rest of the instructions here and I cannot find a use for them. They're not listed in here. So if you're building this, watch out for that. Well, let's get on with the wing. According to their instructions, what I need for the wing are 2 bolts, and they are M2.5 and they're 20mm in length. And they are of course accompanied with 2 nuts. They're self-tapping nylock nuts. Also got these cotter pins with R-clips, and they are quite nice R-clips, and the cotter pins are used to hold the wing strut into the fuselage. The nuts and bolts are used to hold the wing strut into the wing. So just while we're here, let's take a look at the wing. It looks very nice. Let's take this off and see if I can take it off without taking the paint away. I've totally ruined my front engine cover, battery bay cover, because I thought I had a paint that matched, but you can probably see it doesn't. And this is where all the foam was damaged, and I painted it over the front there as well. I mean, you won't notice it in the air, but on the ground it'll look a bit patchy. And I might make something of it. I might square it off and put rivet holes in it or something. I don't know. So let's see how we do our flaps. Okay. Oh, blimey. This looks like it's stuck again. Delicate. Oh, well, that's a nice touch. I do like how they've painted in here. And it's not just white foam, although they've then gone and just left white foam on the edges. Oh dear, how sad, never mind. 5 out of 10 for trying. A very smooth wing. Let's get this pushed back. Okay, nice big aileron. I like this moulding underneath. Everything's attached, horn, bolted in. First job is to connect a wing strut here. But this is the wing strut part that goes into the fuselage. It has a chamfer on the end. This is the correct way. This is the incorrect way. The longest part is at the bottom, so that goes there. So that means this must go like that. And then it bolts in. So the longest part's on the top when you're working on the underside of the wing. Then you flip it over and that'll make the longest part here on the bottom when you go in there. So I'm going to bolt that in there. So this is what you bolted onto. That goes in there. We use one of these bolts that goes from the leading edge through the hole. I'm glad you don't have to take this out again. Yeah, that's good. And then there's a cut here for a nut. Let's try this. So we put the nylock on with the nylock ring facing the back of the aircraft wing. I'm just going to try and engage that in there. That went in really nicely. There we go. Not too tight, we will crack the plastic, but tight enough That's not going to come loose. That's nice. So here's the other one. I pushed the bolt through, and you can see here the little recess for the nut. You've just got to make sure the blue ring of the nylock nut is facing towards the back of the wing. Pop it in, and it should just bite into place. There we go. And it does squeeze a bit. Just do it not too tight. There we go. Super. Okay. So this next stage are the wings. We actually attach them. The wings have 3 pins, or 3 male sockets, just like the servos, and they plug into the females on the fuselage. So it should go together quite nicely. And then you've got these locking bolts that you screw in from the inside of the fuselage. So let's get the wing put on first. So I'm doing this the way they say. I'm threading that through first. Then they say you put your wing on. Although I just want to see how far that goes in. Okay. And this that goes in there. Ooh, is that it? Looks like it. So the wing's in. Bolts. And they go through here. And you just bolt the wing in. If I've got it right. Yeah, it's working. It's just really long. Wow. That's going to help pull that wing in. That's nice. Nice and tight. And then down here is where you put that cotter pin and then you join that with the R-clip. Basically slides through from the front. Lovely, that's really nice. That is a nice design. And there's a hole and you push your R-clip through there. That's beautiful. Wow, I like that. Now, do I have enough room to put the other wing on? Still can't get it all in. Oh dear. Front on, see what that's like. That goes up like that. I haven't finished here yet. I think we'll just pop that on for looks. Oh god. And then there's 2 little plastic aerials that you can poke into the top if you want aerials in it. Nice. Then the rest of these instructions are about the AR637T, which is the receiver inside. There we are. 95 to 105 back from the leading edge, so I'm going to go in at 100. So these wings are coming off and then I'll measure them back 100. And just to show you what I've done, I've measured from the front of the wing at the root back 100 millimeters. So the COG is between 95 and 105, so I put it dead middle at 100. I've then measured out, I can't remember how far I measured out. How far did I measure out? Just coincidence, I measured at 10.5 centimetres because that's where I can get my hand in easily to lift the wing up. I've done that on both, and at the moment I've just got some builder pins marking the points. I'll now go and get a couple of cocktail sticks and do the usual. Glue them in. At 100 it is smack bang in the middle of the spar, the wing spar. It really is right on the middle of the wing spar, 100. There's my CG markings now, all set up. I've decided to put this front on now, and then the prop can just go on afterwards. So I guess this has to all go into there with that. And then there's 2 screws. And these are 1.5mm hex driven. They're 2.5 by 10mm and they look like self-tappers. There we are. So you can see those 2. It does look a pig's ear on the top here though, where the foam was all damaged, so I put some paint on it. Never mind. Until the prop actually arrives, you can't do anything. Pop and spinner. That goes on, then this goes on, then the back plate goes on. And then I will be putting a 3-bladed prop on. You get some idea now of what it looks like black. I'll paint those 2 screws over as well. Yeah, I'll be happy with that. Now I've actually bought 2 spinners. I've bought a red spinner and a black spinner. So we'll have to see. I think I might have a red spinner on it. Right, I had to change location because I ran out of time in the spare room. No wings on this. I'm going to have to work this without wings. But I'm now ready to put my prop on. So the prop this comes with is a 2-blade 15 by 7. I'm not going to screw it on, but I'll show you. There's your prop adapter. Back plate goes on over there. And then you put this 15 by 7 on it. Screw it up, and then it's got this pointed nosed spinner. Right, I've now trimmed all I need to trim. I've got my prop, which is a 14 by 7 in place of a 15 by 7 2-blade. I've got the 3-blade. And then you've got to put your spinner. I've cut these out, haven't done them well, but I've cut them out. A bit rushed. That just goes over like that. Then you bolt it down. I'm not keen on these prop adapters that bite onto the shaft. I much prefer the FMS solution. Okay. And then we put this on like that. I'm not going to screw that on. You would normally put a screw through there and a screw through there to hold it on. But as I've got to do the binding and set up all the electronics, I'm going to take that off now. I just wanted to make sure it's all ready to go on. I've also still got to balance it. A couple of things, little tricks I picked up with this. You can put the spar in the fuselage. I've got it here. So you just push the spar right the way down the fuselage and it looks after it very nicely. The other thing I've done in here is Velcro a bag to the bottom of the hatch, and it's got the bolts you need, there's some screws you need to do up the wings, and also the 2 aerials. When you're not using them, you can just Velcro them back on, drop them in the fuse, and they're all kept together. When I select safe and AS3X on this, normally the instructions say to use auxiliary 2. You cannot do it on this model. Auxiliary 2 is reserved for the speed controller to reverse the prop. There are warnings all over the manual saying if you put safe select on auxiliary 2 and you switch it on in flight, you will reverse your prop and cause an accident. Therefore, what I'll be doing is putting the AS3X and safe on channel 5, which is your gear channel. There is no retractable gear, of course, therefore it's a free channel. The manual also says if you do use the gear channel for your safe and AS3X, as you switch, the navigation lights will change. So it'll be interesting to see how they change. But that's it, it's basically built. So thanks for watching, stay safe, stay well. I look forward to you joining me on another video. Cheers.